couple of the things that I see a lot in the e-commerce space with my retailer clients that are selling online. More often than not, they have multiple sales channels. One of them is Amazon. Lots and lots of companies are selling on Amazon. And there's two programs Amazon has for these sellers. There's the Fulfilled by Merchant, or FBM, and then there's the FBA, or Fulfilled by Amazon. The FBA scenario is what causes the most headache for my e-commerce clients. The reason for that is because in an FBA scenario, Amazon is directing the online seller's inventory to Amazon's fulfillment centers all over the country. More often than not, this is in a minimum 20 states, oftentimes closer to 30. My e-commerce clients aren't familiar. They simply just don't know that having that inventory in all of those Amazon fulfillment centers all over the country automatically creates nexus for them, except in a couple of instances like Pennsylvania and New York. We recently had a client scenario that highlighted that exact thing. When we did our nexus study, one of the avenues that we looked at was the client's FBA details. And when we got the information, the client had inventory in 26 states as directed by Amazon. And when we put that all together, in addition to the economic nexus considerations from their regular owned sales channel, the client had nexus in 30 more states that they did not realize they had nexus in. So knowing where you are selling, knowing what implications all of your sales channels have is key to understanding what your overall sales tax footprint looks like and what your obligations could be. Another thing that I see in the e-commerce space with a lot of my clients is that they don't understand how to pick the right product code within the sales tax engine that they are using. They come across the product code, and if it looks close, boom, let's use that one. But it's got to be more complicated than that. It has to be. We have to understand the taxability behind the scenes. We had a situation recently where a client they didn't have their products mapped correctly in the software. And the state had a particular sales tax holiday. And the client was continuing to charge tax, but it shouldn't have been. What they were selling was not taxable in that state during that sales tax holiday. And so as we dug into the details, we found that the taxing engine had added a product code so that it would accomplish that non-taxability status, but the client did not realize it. And so with our help, we got the product codes changed so that they could have the right tax answers, not only in those situations where there's a tax holiday, but on a day-to-day basis. If you're an e-commerce retailer and you're selling via Amazon's FBA program, but you're only filing sales taxes in a handful of states, you should definitely contact Claris Partners to help you really determine what your nexus obligation truly looks like and how to remediate any exposures that might exist from that.